everything we're talking about tonight goes back to Nesmith. He's got to get out there soon. Like, just get out there. They need to be able to get him into action, start integrating him. They need him at some point. That's your 14th pick.
I don't think that's the move, Bobby. I think you have to play a little tough love here. You know, guys like Shemi's been there for a while. I know people are crazy about him, but if you're Brad Stevens, I don't think that's a great look. The way Shemi's been playing, at least the first couple of games, he didn't do a whole lot.
It's fair, Josue.
It's a terrible look if Brad would just say, you know what? Yeah, you've been playing good. You've been here for the last 3 years. Screw it. Bring it.
Doesn't matter.
You got to win. You got to win while you can.
Bobby's right.
He's giving you 2 solid out of 3 games compared to Nesmith, who hasn't even seen the floor yet.
But you know where you're going. A little longer. You know where you're going with Semi. You got to get. I said this before the season started. Romeo's hurt, but ultimately, the guys who you're going to need to get to that level are going to be Romeo and Nesmith because they're the only
I'm with you, John. I think you get Nesmith there. I don't know, eventually and soon and quickly, but I don't know if you just throw him in there in game 4, give him everyday minutes. That seems drastic and still kind of early, you know?
Well, what worries me right now is that Brown and Tatum are doing a fantastic job facilitating. 5 assists for Tatum tonight. His turnovers are still high, but Brown has been way better than expected in that area. And they're both getting killed by guys missing open threes off of them, whether it's Grant, Theis, Semi. Like, they need a guy who can catch and shoot off them, and Nesmith fits that bill. And they're not defending well anyway. The other options have them last in the league in defense. So I was with you,
I mean, against the Pacers, they didn't look good. That's true.
I was with you, Josue. If the defense was horrid in practice, if his conditioning's not there, all that stuff, they're valid excuses for not throwing him out there. With what we've seen,
you throw him out there, but what do you want to see him play 20-plus minutes? Like, what do you mean? You just say
no?
Throw him out there
I just want to see him get in the game and play off some of the starters in rotation.
And as Bobby said, I'd like to see him get out there.
But not garbage time. Don't give him garbage time. I want something legit.
With people who can facilitate, as he said.
Exactly.
If Tatum and Brown are penetrating and kicking, you do want to see them kick it to somebody who can knock those down. And that's he's a professional shooter.
Oh, I thought you were trying to put him in the rotation like for good.
No, he's just got to get out there.
I'd like to see him
John wants
immediately. I'd like to see him guaranteed 10, 12 minutes a game right now.
Well, he's a shooter. The only way you're going to get –
you said 10 minutes a game?
Get good is to get your reps in.
Just for now.
Shooters shoot.
And they drafted him for that reason, to play off those wings, to space the floor. And you know what? You listen to Brad and what he's talking about right now. He says we're too clogged up. Well, you're starting 2 big men. Like everything they're doing right now would be aided by Nesmith. And it's tough to fit him in.
I haven't seen every rookie up and down. I haven't seen what every rookie up and down the board has done, but I feel like several of them up until where Nesmith was drafted and in and around him are getting minutes consistently. Even like Precious, for example, on a deep Heat team, 16 minutes a game. You know, that's for him to get 0 means something's wrong with him right now. And again, it could be conditioning, it could be defense, but to me, that's doghouse material. Like you have to be doing something really wrong.
Like he's doing something bad in practice, really
14
bad.
overall, and not even to be a consideration to get into the game on a team that is talent deficient right now. That's
what I was going to say.
That worries.
Like we said in the preseason when Brad's like,
out of me.
He's not going to come in. Right.
That either he doesn't get it at all, or he came in so not ready to play NBA basketball that Brad's just like, forget about this guy right now, you know, that he's not even close. And that, or he's so overwhelmed, the game's too fast. I don't know what it is, but the fact that he can't sniff the court is concerning.
I think it's a little bit of everything, John. And I also think it's the competition as well. Like he's not putting him in Christmas Day against Brooklyn or garbage time he did, or the Pacers. People can feel a certain way about the Pacers. This is a tough matchup.
That's what Brad said. Yeah, that's what he said, and that might be.
I think moving forward, you have Cleveland. You have Cleveland coming up. You know, you have other teams that, or Chicago, maybe Detroit. Teams that he could get more reps in. But I just think he's sort of getting him in gradually, and I think it could be a testament to what he said before the season even started, the preseason, when he's like, man, this guy might not even see the floor yet. Like he's not there at all, and we don't know if that was either a little bit of health related or it was because he's just not up to speed with the offense and the way the Celtics are doing things.
So I'm looking up and down the draft board, John, right now. Most of the impact guys so far went above Nesmith. You have your Precious. You have Desmond Bane, who's been playing okay. Theo Maledon's that second-round guy who's been getting some run.
What about Sadiq?
Sadiq, not really.
Joe Swade's guy.
Yeah, not much from him so far. So, I mean, you're honestly, if we're talking plus 14, Peyton Pritchard's been the best, if not the second best late round guy out of all the rookies so far. Desmond Bain, Theo Maledon, the only guys that compare. So the picks look okay so far in the early returns. Precious, if you wanted a big man, maybe go in that direction, but Rob looks good right now. They just got to get him out there somehow. Is it the conditioning? Is it the play calls? I mean, Brad had said he was throwing out play calls. He wasn't understanding them.
Right. It's like, why?
That
why
one's probably not it because he went to Vanderbilt. But,
no, just like he just showed up and he just like basketball isn't his thing.
Why are we bending over backwards? We're bending over backwards to try to find a reason that this guy might not be ready. It's like
everyone here is really good.
We
he did play in a bad conference.
We're only gonna put him in against bad teams. Like, no, like that's not how it works. Like, just put him in. Like, you drafted him because you obviously like what he can offer you. So like, put him in the game. Don't wait until you're playing the Chicago Bulls or.
I guess what I'm saying is like I sort of trust Brad's like opinion on this. You know, with the first round rookie who he's only spent a few weeks with, and he's not comfortable putting him in. All right, Brad, I'll take your word for that. You know, no, I don't understand why. Like, are we going to just get upset after 3 games?
This way, it's concerning that's the case.
Right.
Brad, I get.
I don't know. Bobby's making it sound like Brad's crazy for not putting him in.
I think if he's not playing, there's absolutely every reason for him not to be playing.
Not to put him in. Right.
It's just bad news that he can't get in here with these guys. Yeah.
Because this is not the Lakers. Like you need role players right now more than anything, and this guy can't even sniff the court for 30 seconds.
Yeah,
we said it last game. When things start going rough, I mean they're 1-2 now. That's not too rough, but they'll go to them in time when they really need to break glass and find a rotation guy to help them out and start to break up these lines. Because we're all in agreement. Is this 2 big man thing going to work? Like maybe to start a game and go 8 minutes, but it's really just been a disaster so far. It was minus 14 coming into tonight. It doesn't play a lot of minutes. It doesn't set much of a tone. And in your transition defense, as we've mentioned, damaged. It doesn't feel like Theis plays as much as he could out of that. So I don't know how long they're going to stick with that.